Hey, it's Clay, and this will be a video chart on ticker symbol JAGX. We will take a look at the 30-minute time frame. Real quick, what do I mean by 30-minute in case maybe you're new to charts? Instead of each one of these candlesticks here representing 1 day's worth of price action, which is what you would normally see, each one represents 30 minutes. So while this here may look like several days worth of time, it's actually today's price action broken down into 30-minute time slices. I like to this time frame think does a good job of telling the quote-unquote story of the price, and then makes mapping out levels of support and resistance a bit easier to see. Did this analysis yesterday, so that's where all the green and red line annotations are coming from. And want to just really kind of simplify this thing. But before I get into any of that, just right off the get-go, this is a pretty tricky chart to talk about from a presentation standpoint because there's a lot of perspective that goes into it. What do I mean by that? Well, if you're a day trader and you bought right there, or you bought right there, or you bought right there, and you wanted to sell within 30 minutes after buying, then yeah, for you, the chart's looking pretty rough. Now, if you care about the big picture of things, yeah, I get it. There's been a pretty big pullback. But from the big picture, there's still plenty of opportunity here to build a higher base. And when you have higher bases being built over longer periods of time, that's how those long-term uptrends are constructed. I'm going to be talking about things from a big picture perspective. So if I sound crazy calling something bullish, my guess would be you just have a different outlook and strategy going into the trade. And the way I want to really approach this is I'm going to go ahead and get rid of that line right there. And I guess we'll talk about support second. Let's talk about resistances real quick. As far as resistance levels, the first one is just from an update in charting, which states when, or not necessarily an update, but a rule in charting, which states when levels of support are broken and closed below, they do tend to act as resistance. And you can actually see this rule played out perfectly. Was broken right here, there was a bounce, and then right there, supports tend to act as resistance, and the price rolled back over. But as far as, next week, that initial area of resistance is going to be there at 28 cents. And then as I talked about yesterday, 35 cents will be the next level of resistance, but kind of pointless to talk about 35 right now until the price can get back up above 38. As far as supports and really applying the KISS method here, keep it simple, stupid. Just watch this purple line for the, assuming again you care about the big picture of things. That is the famous 50-period simple moving average. Keyword being moving. So as time goes by, this purple line is just going to continue to move upwards. If you want to picture this as like a trend, in fact, I like to call moving averages trend lines for lazy people. If you don't feel like drawing a trend line, that's fine. This quote-unquote trend line will draw itself for you in the upwards direction. So in other words, as long as the price stays above an uptrending trend line, well, that means that the price itself is uptrending, which is what you want, right? And that's why I love charts. When you look at them certain ways, they kind of insult your intelligence. So easy way to gauge the strength and health of the bulls as far as the overall chart is concerned. Watch that purple line next week, and as long as the price remains above it, then the bulls are in control from a bigger picture perspective. So we'll see how next week unfolds. One of the biggest questions I get is, hey Clay, how do you find the stocks that you trade? So what I've done is put together a free resource guide where I talk about the tools that I use to locate stocks that I find interesting and think may have potential. So if that sounds like something that could add value to you as a trader, then click on the image that is up on the screen right now and I will email you the guide. The guide itself is very short and to the point, and best part, it's completely free. Thanks for watching the video. Let me know if you have any questions.